This video product is a compilation of the revolutionary exploits and legendary anecdotes associated with the three generals of Mount Baekdu, which have been discovered until now in the area of the Hwajin Lagoon, Gosong County, Gangwon Province of South Korea. The middle part of the east coast of Korea, where the beautiful Mount Kumgang is located. Here at the bottom of Mount Kumgang is a village called Hwapori, Gojin-Yub, South Gangwon Province. And at the seashore of the village lies the Hwajin Lagoon, 16 odd kilometers round and 10 meters deep. The lagoon, with its wonderful landscapes at all seasons, is known as the most famous beauty spot of the East Coast. Its snowy beauty in winter, especially, is really splendid. By the lagoon, there are dolmens made at the first half period of ancient Korea, center of which once had been Pyongyang. In South Korea, such relics of modern style are solely found around Hwajin Lagoon. The lagoon that often mirrors the mysterious cloud in the shape of three peaks preserves the revolutionary relics of the three great men of Mount Baekdu. Until now, their immortal exploits are handed down in the form of legends. Here go the revolutionary relics and legends of the great man. In response to the unanimous desire of the South Korean people, the Hwajin Lagoon has been opened to the public. Visitors here look around the lodge of the three generals, the lagoon, and the guide map of the seashore. Across the pine grove, gentle waves lap against the sandy beach, and next to the lagoon appears. Associated with the immortal traces of the three generals, the lagoon is so clear and beautiful in spite of the environmental pollution of South Korea. Beautiful birds flap their wings, and the water is the deeper the clearer. Gentle waves ripple by the beach melodiously, and big waves beat upon the cliff at the shore. With pride and curiosity, the visitors call at the sacred house lodged by the three generals of Mount Baekdu. Mounting the stairs, they talk about the immortal relics and the historic house associated with President Kim Il-sung, Mrs. Kim Jong Suk, and Marshal Kim Jong-il. Since the publication of the June 15th Inter-Korean Joint Declaration, the lodge has put on a fresh makeup, and photos about the revolutionary activities of the three generals have been displayed more. The portraits of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, peerless patriots, and scores of photos reflecting the revolutionary activities of the three generals are displayed here. The visitors look back on the days of 50-odd years ago when Kim Il-sung left immortal traces here in the Hwajin Lagoon. From the early morning, Kim Il-sung looked around the villages and fields and promised to send fertilizer and water pumps to the villagers, encouraging them earnestly to raise good crops of rice and after-crop barley so as to live better than the rich man Choi once lived in town. One day, in order to take care of old Chang's life, he made his way through the woods to reach a stream. The stream was flowing in torrents right after a shower, so a peasant, former servant, asked him that he would carry him across the stream on his back. Kim Il-sung gave a benign look at the peasant and said that in his whole life he carried his comrades and people on his back, but not carried by them. After his words, he stepped into the stream. A legend was made thereafter. According to the legend, a rainbow bridge showed up there to help Kim Il-sung cross the stream. Still more rainbow bridges appeared before Kim Il-sung in every rugged access to Ganseong-ri and Gojin-ri. It is said that the legend reflected the people's concern over his toil. Thanks to his wise guide and care, the locality always made a bumper harvest and turned into a legendary paradise abundant with cereals and fruits. The Hwajin Lagoon still now hands down the stories of the happy past. People enter the house preserving the immortal traces left by the three generals. They watch at the simple and dear relics personally used by the great man. The more they look around the relics, the more the visitors are unwilling to leave the house containing the lasting signs of the three generals. A citizen of Sariwon City who spent his youth here speaks about the warm love of Kim Jong Suk.
나는 화진포에 살면서 그 지방 노인들로부터 김정숙 여사께서 한 농가에 들리시오 부뚜막까지 손수 쌓아주시고 자신께서 가지고 다니시던 유문 가마를 걸어놓고 물을 끓여 밥까지 지어주셨다는 이야기를 자주 들었습니다.
Though the country had been liberated, peasants' life in remote mountain villages was not relieved yet. Kim Jong Suk helped the poor farm family build a cooking fireplace and even prepared a rice meal for them with her own favorite aluminum pot. It resulted in a legend which goes that all the rice naturally fill the pots of every families of the village every day at the same hour when Kim Jong Suk prepared the meal. Kim Jong Suk called at the Changpyeong Joint Fishery Enterprise replaced now by Gojin Port. She helped the fishers repair fishing nets and took care of their life. A legend was made later which has it that the net she mended always caught a good hollow fish and the boats of the fishery enterprise were swarmed with fish. In the place of this road was a village at that time. The car carrying Kim Jong Suk and Kim Jong Il arrived at some farmhouses, which are now replaced by this road sign. Among the villagers greatly excited to meet Kim Jong Suk and Kim Jong Il was a little girl in worn-out rubber shoes. A foreign woman in the street laughed at the girl's shoes, comparing them to sandals. Mrs. Kim Jong Suk sternly admonished her, saying, "What are you laughing at? Our people suffered a lot under the cruel Japanese rule." The girl's rubber shoes show that such a painful wound has not healed up yet. Though you laugh, we vow with bitter tears to make our children happy without fail. After her words, Kim Jong Suk warmly embraced the girl. The villagers were moved to tears. Meanwhile, Kim Jong Il went back to the car to fetch his favorite shoes to the girl with a warm smile. That day, the villagers were greatly touched by the marshal's laugh. From the bottom of their hearts, they admired that the marshal is a great man born of heaven. On the seashore below the lodge of the three generals, the visitors talk about the emotional happenings in the autumn of 1948. Mrs. Kim Jong Suk thought that a campaign against illiteracy should be made among women too, and Kim Jong Il presented them with self-made Korean alphabet and multiplication tables.
내가 화진포에 살면서 들은 바에 의하면 어리신 김정일 장군님께서 선수, 가계화표와 구구표까지 써서 마을 여인들에게 돌려주셨다고 합니다. 그때 그분께서 글씨를 얼마나 잘 썼는지 가계화표와 구구표를 본 마을 사람들은 한석봉이도 왔다 울고 가겠다 라는 말까지 했다고 합니다.
The whole territory of Gangwon province was astir with the campaign against illiteracy kindled by Kim Jong Suk and Kim Jong Il. With the nostalgia for the days of over 50 years ago and reverence for the three generals of Mount Baekdu, the visitors look around every corner of the Hwajin Lagoon inscribed with their holy traces. They keep deep in their hearts the immortal exploits, praising the generals as the sun and stars illuminating their life. The most famous in the Hwajin Lagoon is a legend about a golden turtle derived from the offshore turtle-like island. According to the words of the natives, the island had originally been in the lagoon. It then turned into a golden turtle with 3 swift horses on its back when the 3 generals were about to leave the lagoon. Carrying cautiously on their backs the 3 peerlessly great men, the horses flew from the turtle's back to the sky of Pyongyang. Really, the legend of the 3 generals of Mount Baekdu rouses admiration of all for generations. After fulfilling its mission, the gold turtle turned into a huge island and located itself off the shore of Hwajin Lagoon as now. The visitors ride towards golden turtle and white horses on the sands in admiration, chatting about the legend of the golden turtle and fleet steeds that had been ridden by the 3 generals. The golden turtle legend, pride of the lagoon, has become a treasure in the hearts of the local residents yearning for the generals. Mysterious natural phenomena also happen in the lagoon. Colorful clouds often hang over the golden turtle island and a mountain at the back of the lagoon. Some time ago, a general star shed bright rays as if it would alight on the lagoon. Besides a hot spring, component of which is the same with the hot spring in the Lake Chon, was discovered. Thus, it gave birth to a legend that the hot spring of Mount Baekdu also accompanied the generals to the lagoon. The appearance of seals and huge whales in the offing is also unprecedented. The wonderful sight of flocking of beautiful birds seemed to be a marvel of the Hwajin Lagoon, desirous of having the 3 generals again. The Hwajin Lagoon sublime with the traces of the 3 generals. Azalea, typically in full bloom, is also the symbol of the Hwajin Lagoon yearning for the generals. It is not a mere accident that insects disappeared with the increasing of monazite in the sands. The summer folk festival of the locals depicts the happy life of the peasants 50-odd years ago. The Hwajin Lagoon is really a meaningful place marked with the immortal traces of the 3 generals of Mount Baekdu. The lagoon inscribes in its beautiful scene the truth that the destiny of the nation is shaped by the Sungun leadership of Marshal Kim Jong-il. People wish to have Kim Jong-il, son of the nation, again in the Hwajin Lagoon.